Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. It means everything to me. Before we get started, I just want to say to everybody that has been reaching out to me, showing me support, I appreciate you so much. When I tell you I appreciate you, I truly, truly mean it. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Please leave me a comment. Please leave me a like. It would mean so much to me. You guys are just the best, and I thank you, thank you, thank you. This is 42-year-old Jamila Campbell. This is 25-year-old Nariah Smith. This is 13-year-old Damon Decree Jr. This is 9-year-old Imani Allen, and this is her twin sister, Erica Allen. So what do these 5 people have in common? Well, they are all related. They were all killed between February 23rd and February 25th of 2019, and they were all killed by family members. This mother-daughter duo right here, 47-year-old Shana Selena Decree and her 21-year-old daughter, Dominique Decree. So how's everyone related? Naira and Damon Decree Jr. are Shana's children. Yes, children. Jamila Campbell is Shana's sister. Yes, her sister. And 9-year-old twins, Imani and Erica, are Jamila's girls and Shana's nieces. Yes, her nieces. February 25th, 2019. At about 4 p.m., Bucks County Children and Youth caseworker shows up to the Decree apartment for an unannounced welfare check. When no one answered, the caseworker asked a maintenance worker to open the door for her. When he opened the door, the caseworker and maintenance worker saw broken glass, overturned furniture, and Shana and Dominique together in a bed, disoriented, and called police. When they investigated further, they found 4 bodies in a bedroom and later located the 5th victim under another body. Court documents would state that one person's body was resting on a bed with his right foot through the wall into the next room. One person's body was face up on the bed. One person's body was sitting up against it. A child was on the floor, and another child was found buried beneath the bodies. Dominique, who had injuries to her neck, initially told police she didn't know what happened. Then she said that an unknown man caused the marks. Then she said that 3 unknown men came in and caused the deaths. Shana also denied knowing what happened at first. Then she told police that it was her sister's boyfriend and 2 other men that caused the deaths. There are so many things wrong with this story, but most notably, for me, is that 3 men breaking into a home, murdering 5 people, and leaving 2 witnesses just doesn't happen. That would never happen. Autopsies determined that Erica and Imani Allen, Damon Decree, and Naira Smith were killed by manual asphyxiation, and that Jamila Campbell was killed by ligature strangulation. This would make Shana and Dominique's story even less believable for me, because that would mean there were 7 of them versus 3 men, and they weren't using weapons because all of the victims were strangled. So how did 3 men overpower and outsmart 4 grown adults and 3 children? It just doesn't seem plausible, which is why their stories would change again, telling police that the killings were a suicide pact that everybody wanted. The pair would plead guilty but mentally ill.
Community in mourning over the deaths of 5 members of one family, killed, police say, by their own flesh and blood. The loss of the youngest victims the most difficult to grasp.
My heart, I couldn't breathe, to be honest.
Destiny Harris is still reeling over the fact that she will never see her twin 9-year-old half-sisters, Imani and Erica, again.
They were great kids, and they were smart, and they loved everyone. They were the greatest kids.
Police sources say Shana Decree and her daughter Dominique strangled the twins and 3 other family members inside their Morrisville apartment. A Bucks County Children and Youth Services worker doing an unannounced wellness check discovered the bodies Monday afternoon. The women told police the family, even the children, agreed to a suicide pact, an explanation authorities are not buying.
When you have 2 9-year-olds involved, 2 9-year-olds can't make that decision.
Court-appointed psychologists and psychiatrists both concluded that Shana and Dominique had severe mental illnesses, including schizoid personality disorder, major depressive disorder, and post-traumatic stress disorder. Dominique's attorney, John Fioronte, would tell the courts that his client had been in therapy since the age of 5. Shana's attorney, Krista Dunleavy, would tell the courts that her client was isolated and delusional at the time of the murder, believing that the world was ending and that there were demons in her house that she had to obey. The pair was charged with 5 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of criminal conspiracy. They were both sentenced to 5 life sentences. Damon Decree Sr. spoke at the trial about losing his son and losing his daughter Dominique to 5 life sentences, speaking about how he will never get to watch his son grow and do the traditional activities a father does with his son, and how all he has now is what might have been. After the sentencing, Chief Deputy District Attorney Christopher Reese told the media, quote, "I have never dealt with a case as heartbreaking as this. I have never seen a case with this level of sadness, with this level of loss," end quote. He went on to say, quote, "If you have kids, go hug your kids. If you have parents who are still around, if you have brothers and sisters, go give them a hug. If you can't give them a hug, give them a call, send them a text, send them an email. The one thing that this has brought home to me is that this is all family. Take every last moment and use every last moment to tell your family you love them," end quote. Okay, guys, if you're still here, thank you, thank you, thank you. I know this is a pretty rough one. There really wasn't a lot on this case, so that's why it's really short. So I'm sorry about that, but I wanted to get the story out anyway. So if you're still around, I appreciate it so much. Please like, subscribe, and comment if you haven't yet, because it really helps me out, especially because I'm so small. If you guys have experienced this type of mental health disorder in your life and feel inclined to share your story, please do so in the comments below. Sparking conversations bring on awareness, and I want that to be a major part of this channel. Until next time, guys, thank you so much.
Damon has been my best friend for as long as I can remember.
Taylor Walmsley was one of several of Damon's Morrisville Middle School classmates who stopped by a memorial set up outside the apartment where he was killed.
I knew that maybe if he's looking up at me from there, then he knows that I'm here for him.